Careful study. Russia launched the command module for the International Space Station into orbit. In Austria, there were some injuries among 150 people on an Airbus when the plane apparently ran out of fuel and made an emergency landing. Israel now says it will not sell advanced airborne radar to mainland China. Now this.
Who can bear ordinary toilet tissue? When they're Charmin. The news is really getting around. That's because Charmin's unique cloth-like tissue gives you that comfortably clean feeling.
Mommy!
A Charmin Clean. Now that feels good.
Dan Rather on tonight's CBS Evening News. Your Social Security number. Is it secure?
Coming up next on 9 Eyewitness News at 4, a disturbing case of animal cruelty. A family's dog found wandering in a Northwest neighborhood on fire. We'll have a live report.
A judge prepares to sentence Shane DeLeon in the hit-run death of Matthew Odell. I'm Mark Lodato. That story straight ahead.
A woman is dead, her husband and child critically injured after their home explodes in Anne Arundel County.
And I'm meteorologist Topper Shutt. We're on the Weather Terrace. Another delightful evening across the metro area, but some changes on the way. We'll explain. Stay with us. Washington's first afternoon news is next.
Where local news comes first. This is 9 Eyewitness News at 4.
A nightmare for a dog owner. Your pet turns up missing and is later found clinging to life and has to be put to sleep. That's exactly what one family is dealing with this afternoon. And thank you for joining us on 9 Eyewitness News at 4. I'm Beverly Burke.
I'm Jennifer Ryan. Mike Buchanan has the day off.
Right now, authorities are searching for the person or persons who set a family's dog on fire. The dog was found wandering around a Northwest neighborhood. 9 Eyewitness News reporter Joan Gartland joins us right now with more details on this very sad story. Joan?
Well, Beverly, this is a story that has really horrified members of the Humane Society here in Washington. We're behind Clark Elementary School in Northwest Washington, and over to our left here is the pole to which the Humane Society officers believe this dog was tied down with its own leash on Saturday, then doused with some sort of flammable substance like gasoline, and then set on fire. Now, the Humane Society got a call around 7:30 Saturday night that someone had seen a dog on fire running on the playground here at Clark Elementary School. That's in this area. Now, when the officers arrived, they found only the dog's partially melted collar and its leash. The melting of the collar apparently allowed the dog to break free. The next day, Sunday, the badly burned dog, a 9-month-old female pit bull, was found by its owner under some bushes in the owner's backyard. The dog was in extreme pain with burns all over its body.
The solution, whether it was gasoline or not, we don't know, actually got into the ears, and so that the inside of her ears, the internal areas, were severely burned. She was red and raw and in a great deal of pain.
Now, the pit bull apparently had been stolen from the owner's house or yard sometime on Saturday. When the owners returned on Sunday, they found the dog hiding under some bushes in the backyard. Again, it was badly burned. The burns so extensive that the owner could not afford the veterinary bills to try and treat the animal. Now, the Humane Society is offering a $1,000 reward for any information leading to the arrest of those.
Good afternoon. The destruction here is staggering, and what we're witnessing now is they smelled gas as they
You're gonna hate me. With all the other reality shows that have started down the path, this one is the ultimate one. It's almost live. What happens on one day will be on the air the next day.
The house guests are cut off from the rest of the world. No phones, TV, or newspapers. Production crews will use more than 24 cameras and 60 microphones round the clock so viewers can watch the drama unfold.
Like seeing in the showers.
Let's face it, we're all nosy people. We always want to get in everyone else's business.
Your torches represent your identity here.
Like its popular predecessor, Survivor, Big Brother was a big hit in Europe. But controversy surfaced over its voyeuristic approach. Some say the house guests were being exploited for the sake of entertainment.
Not so, say producers, who add that these contestants want to be here, there's no pressure on them, and they can walk out the store at any time.
I think that's a cute idea. Big Brother separates itself from the rest of the reality pack by adding a live studio audience and a news crew who ask questions immediately after a contestant has been banished. But critics claim the show blurs the lines between news and entertainment.
Journalists have the best interviewing skills, whether they're print or TV. So I think it made perfect sense to have me on board.
Viewers call in to vote on which house guest to banish. The final contestant wins $500,000, but ultimately may lose all semblance of privacy. Terry Okita, CBS News, Los Angeles.
I hope they have follow-up counseling. Once again, Big Brother can be seen right here on Channel 9 tomorrow night. It airs right after Survivor at 9 p.m. Well, thousands of vessels are the star attractions in the New York harbor. Coming up, a live report, more on Operation Sail 2000 and its return to the Hudson River.
And this is Steve Rudin. You're looking at a beautiful shot of our nation's capital, the Mall. A lot of people heading down for the big fireworks display tonight. Will you need your umbrella, or will you see lots of fireworks in the sky? Forecast coming up.
Log on to WUSATV9.com and check out Royal Auto Glass, your local certified PPG Pro Star dealer. Royal Auto Glass. We're right around the corner.
Remember when you were little, and the most fun you had was making a tent out of kitchen chairs and a blanket, or pretending you were called on to make the last basket for the championship of the world? Imagination is a wonderful thing, and when you come to Luray Caverns with your kids, be sure to bring it with you. The kids will be pretending that they're discovering an ancient galaxy or hiding from pirates, and if you've got any kid left in you, you will too.
Luray Caverns, be a caveman.
We don't know when this competition will end. We do know electricity competition begins July 1st. Get the facts at pepco.com. We can't give them all the right moves. We can tell you everything about electricity competition. Get the facts at pepco.com.
Your best lineup of SUVs right here, like Explorer Sport, Expedition, and Excursion. And check out the cool new 2001 Sport Track or Drive Explorer. I've got fresh, hot Explorers with 2.9 financing plus 1,000 cash back, or choose 0.9 financing. That's 2.9 plus 1,000 cash or low 0.9. Only at your local Ford dealer right here. I've got the one you want. How many you want, buddy?
My fellow Americans, this is a great, grand day for America. For us and for our country. For today, we are truly Americans. No longer simply Marylanders or Virginians or provincials. 2 days ago, on the 2nd of July, the Congress voted for independence.
Amazing. All right. In some places, the 4th of July is celebrated the old-fashioned way. They have parades and patriotic songs, burlap races, lots of youngsters, and good food.
Oh,
and good
all of
weather.
That under wonderful
Nice weather. Bit humid out there right now, but hey, at least the thunderstorms are gone. Yesterday at this time, we were experiencing some severe weather across parts of the metro area. Fortunately, everything is clearing out very, very nicely, especially down at the mall. Take a look at what's going on outside as we put some numbers up on the board for you. A lot of people enjoying themselves out on the boat. Probably one of the cooler places to be on the river right now with a nice breeze for you. Not much of a breeze, though. We're looking at temperatures at National Airport, 84 degrees, 85 at Dulles, 85 here, or I should say at Baltimore, Washington, and Broadcast House, the hot spot, 89 degrees. The winds out of the east at 6 miles per hour, humidity 67%, the dew point 72, so it's a bit uncomfortable out there. The barometer 29.87, and on the fall. Take a look at your pollen count for today for the weeds and for the grasses. We're looking at the medium level. For mold, the low levels. That's definitely good news. We're finally beginning to dry things out just a bit for you. UV-Net 9 forecast for tomorrow. We're calling for an 8. We're going to see a mix of clouds and sunshine. Keep in mind you can burn in about 15 minutes or less, so don't forget the sunscreen and try to stay in the shade if at all possible. Of course, for more information on the UV-Net 9 forecast, be sure to log on to our webpage or website at WUSATV9.com. Temperatures across the mid-Atlantic region right now, not too bad. 84 degrees in Nashville, 88 degrees in Norfolk, 81 in New York City. There's a weak cool front that's going to gradually settle across the area later on tonight into tomorrow. We could see an isolated shower or two tomorrow afternoon, maybe even a thunderstorm. 71 in Buffalo, Pittsburgh coming in at 80 degrees. This is what's going on with the heat index, what it actually feels like as you head outdoors. It's a bit warmer out there. 89 at National Airport, feels like 94 degrees in Norfolk. But notice the cooler, drier area located just to the northwest of us. That's going to eventually make its way to our area. We'll feel lower humidity levels in our area by Thursday and Friday of this week. Here's what's going on. A few fair weather cumulus clouds out there right now. Looking at the mall just to the below the screen, we're going to look for a few scattered showers for the evening hours, mainly to the south of the district for tonight. You can see how they're just beginning to pop up. You can hardly see them on this picture right here, but take a look closer in. Here we are within the Beltway, all quiet, but right here around Charles and St. Mary's County, that's where they're experiencing some thunderstorm activity right now. Doppler 9000 in motion for you, showing those thunderstorms right now just to the south of Leonardtown. This is moving toward the east at just around 25 miles per hour. Another isolated cell just to the south of Newburgh. This could pop up or intensify over the next 10 or 20 minutes or so, but everything generally moving toward the east. No watches, no warnings to speak of at this time. Take a look at what's going on. This is the situation on the weather computer. We're looking at all that warm, moist air continuing to funnel up from the south, but this frontal system right here, this should eventually give us some relief from all this heat and humidity over the next couple of days or so as it slowly pushes across the area. We're going to move everything on out of here. High pressure, that's going to settle in, bringing us very, very comfortable conditions for the day on Thursday and Friday. In the meantime, tomorrow, one more hot day. Daytime highs in the district just around 89 degrees. Bethesda, Leesburg, and Fairfax just around 87 to 88 degrees. Heading over to our southern eastern zones, mix of clouds and sunshine. Annapolis, Waldorf, Lusby, Reedville, daytime highs in the mid to upper 80s. A great day to head to the beaches. Keep in mind the surf temperature, though, a bit chilly, 67 degrees, but temperatures outside for Rehoboth and Dewey, Bethany, Ocean City just around 86 to 87. Easton and Salisbury looking for daytime highs just around 88 to 89. Northern zones from Gettysburg, Westminster, and Columbia, daytime highs around 88 to 89. Plenty of sunshine in our western and valley zones with temperatures in the upper 80s and a whole lot of sunshine, maybe a few clouds in the afternoon and an isolated thunderstorm. Nothing that we're expecting to become severe. Chambersburg, Martinsburg, Cumberland, daytime highs around 88 to 89 degrees. Here's your forecast for you. We'll start you off with the evening hours. Partly cloudy, warm, and muggy. Temperature is falling only to around 70 degrees here in the district. Outlying areas just around 65. West-southwesterly wind at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Then for tomorrow morning, we're going to look for partly to mostly sunny skies. Temperatures in the upper 60s to lower 70s. And by afternoon, we can't rule out a risk of an isolated thunderstorm. The daytime high is just around 84 to 89 degrees. Northwesterly wind at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Extended 7-day outlook shows a chance of a shower or two, not until Monday once we get through tomorrow, clearing out very nicely for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, with temperatures actually slightly below average for this time of year. For more information on the forecast, be sure to log on to our website at WUSATV9.com. JC, back to you at the news desk.
All right. Thank you very much. Well, in many places, the 4th of July is celebrated the old-fashioned way. It happens that way at Emery Grove. That's an old Methodist meeting camp outside Baltimore. Our Eyewitness News reporter, Gary Nuremberg, has that story.
The bell says it's time to gather.
Hi, how are you?
They've been doing this every 4th of July for generations.
Is everybody ready? Yeah!
Here we go! A community rich in its own traditions, honoring the heritage of the USA. A patriotic parade filled with red, white, and blue. Those too old to march clap as it goes by their front door.
And crown the good wind.
This is all about America and what we stand for. The flag that I carry today is all about those people who served our country, to give us the freedom and the democracy we enjoy today.
His grandparents met here. Emery Grove is a community of 47 cottages that began as a summer retreat for Methodists near Baltimore in 1868. The cottages are passed down through generations. Community elders played here together as children.
It's like one big happy family. And it's always been that way.
Under the umbrella of the red, white, and blue.
This has been going on, I guess, forever. You'll notice every cottage has an American flag. One would seem to be enough, but we got nothing but American flags.
In Emery Grove, the 4th of July is a simple time, a time to remember basic ideals. Always been that way, they say. Always will be. Gary Nuremberg, 9 Eyewitness News.
Well, it's being called the greatest event in maritime history, Operation Sail 2000.
President Clinton in New York today conducting the International Naval Review, only the 6th in history. Keith Oppenheim reports in the Big Apple, a live first-hand look at today's festivities. Hi, Keith.
Hi, Beverly. Hi, JC. And I'm enjoying my perch here aboard the USS John F. Kennedy with a great view of the Statue of Liberty behind me. And it's aboard this aircraft carrier that the president came to after he reviewed an international fleet of 43 naval warships. And once on board the Kennedy, he was able to watch a show, basically a parade of more than 150 beautiful tall ships as they made their way through New York Harbor and up the Hudson River. It's a good opportunity for us to talk about what a naval review is, its purpose, its history, and the level of cooperation that goes into it. It's an event where powerful ships of today pay respect to magnificent ships of the past. The International Naval Review and Operation Sail 2000 are no doubt part pomp and circumstance, an opportunity for sailors from about 60 nations on Navy vessels and on tall ships to stand tall for the world.
A sailor trains very hard to be able to perform his duties, but to be able to show it off to the American public, it's very important and rewarding to them.
It's also an event that periodically has been mandated by Congress. The first INR took place in 1893 as President Grover Cleveland reviewed ships in New York Harbor. In 1907, Teddy Roosevelt reviewed an international fleet in Virginia. The next review didn't occur until 1957, also in Virginia. Then everything moved back to New York. President Gerald Ford honored the bicentennial in 1976.
We will unveil.
Ronald Reagan celebrated the 100th anniversary of the Statue of Liberty 10 years later. And this time around, President Clinton comes by ship down the Hudson River, makes his way to the Verrazano Narrows, viewing the military gray hulls, and noting the international cooperation between many of the world's navies.
You're working with these guys, not just the Canadians or somebody that's local. You're working with, you know, the English, you're working with the Spanish, you're working with the Italians right out here all the time. So it's a big deal.
Now, this show is not just about old ships and new ones. It's also about fireworks. Tonight in New York, in what's billed as the largest pyrotechnics display in history, there's going to be something like 60,000 shells, or if you like it, 150 tons of gunpowder that's to be fired from 12 barges on New York waterways, and it's expected that a good 4 million or more spectators will be watching from New York and New Jersey. Not too bad. Back to you, JC and Beverly.
Yeah, it's really a beautiful sight. As a reporter, what really wowed you in seeing this today?
Well, I think it was just seeing that contrast between some of these gorgeous tall ships up against these mammoth naval warships. I mean, just the size of the Kennedy is enormous. The flight deck alone is 4.65 acres, okay? But against that, you have these beautiful tall ships which are impressive in a very different way, with multiple sails and a majesty that can't really be compared to a naval warship.
They're so majestic and so beautiful. They really are.
Keith Oppenheim, thank you very much, reporting live from New York City for Operation Sail 2000. And what impresses me is that they, the older ships, crossed the world with none of the technology and also the conveniences that are on ships today. Imagine what you had to be like to deal with that situation.
Endure such a trip. That's right. Well, believe it or not, there is a place nearby called Washington, Virginia. Coming up on 9 Eyewitness News at 5, we're going to take a look at how residents there are celebrating.
And how many people is just too many when it comes to partying on your home's deck? 9 wants you to know about some safety tips before the party gets started this 4th of July.
Same thing every time. Mr. Consistency. Double scoop of coffee ice cream, no questions asked. What's this? Ice cream coffee? Stay calm.
The new Kahlua Blast. Vanilla ice cream, cappuccino, and a touch of Kahlua flavor. One of 4 delicious blasts. Just something to think about. Baskin-Robbins. What's your flavor?
I was at work when I decided to take advantage of the free mammogram. When they found something wrong, I couldn't believe it. The first thing I thought about was my family.
I'm Andrea Roan. As part of the fight against breast cancer, 9 Eyewitness News has teamed up with the GW Mammo Van to offer no-cost mammograms to financially eligible women in the Washington area.
For more information, call today. These sponsors are proud to support the GW Mammo Van.
If it wasn't for the people on the Mammo Van, I probably wouldn't be here talking with you today.
Come on. Hey, looking for a ride here. Ooh, that's nice. Come to Papa. Oh, man. What is that? A Corolla? Oh. Ooh, Daddy likes. Oh, baby.
The redesigned 2001 Corolla. It's more fun than you think.
Oh, well. Hello there. Whoa. Oh, every time.
Mark your calendar, because these are National Jeep Days, where you could save with our biggest factory-to-dealer incentives of the year when you buy Grand Cherokee Laredo or Cherokee Sport, or take advantage of attractive lease offers, plus get a no-charge automatic on select Wranglers. These are National Jeep Days, so hurry in, because this offer is only for a limited time, but the fun you'll have will last long after that. See your dealer during National Jeep Days.
Celebrity Summer Romances next ET. From Kobe's wedding plans to Pamela Anderson-Lee and her Swedish supermodel, Buffy, Carson Daly, Pete Sampras. We have the latest on love, Hollywood style. Then underground rave parties in the year 2000.
I never want to leave.
Why they're causing a controversy in Hollywood. And brace yourself, Cosmo Magazine is taking you on a manhunt, and we have your preview next ET.
Tonight at 7:30 on Channel 9.
We're taking a look at a live picture down on the mall. As you can see, crowds are gathering around the reflecting pool. Of course, police are in full force because they are exercising the right to take all alcohol away. The alcohol ban is still in effect. Things, however, are very orderly. Residents are enjoying the festivities. Women are closing the salary gap. A new study by Working Women magazine finds that some salaries in certain fields are even surpassing their male counterparts. For instance, in advertising, female chief executives make an annual salary of $275,000 a year, compared to $253,000 for men. In occupational therapy, women make over $39,000 a year, and that's about $7,000 more than male occupational therapists. Working Women finds the salary gap narrowing because the demand for high-quality employees is in effect, and this is forcing employers to hire and make pay scale decisions on merit. Mixing business with pleasure. It is a small but a growing trend, and according to the Travel Industry Association, about 1 in 10 business travelers are taking their children along with them this summer.
Everyone is so busy with their dual income households, and with all the activities that both kids and adults are involved in, sometimes the only way to take a vacation together is to tie a couple of days, extra days on to the trip and do it as part of the business trip.
Hotels are catering to children. They have special programs to entertain the youngsters while you're working, and they have special rooms designed especially for youngsters.
Too often we report that a group gets together for a summer get-together, a party, a celebration, and that party is ruined when an overloaded deck collapses. Consumer reporter Jan Fox tells us a few simple steps that could prevent a serious accident.
It has happened several times in recent years. Folks gathering for a celebration that's ruined by a deck collapse. Last night in Georgetown, a balcony collapsed under the weight of 20 partygoers. The deck was overloaded, and officials say there were some structural problems. Summer of 1998, Oakton, Virginia. This deck collapsed during an engagement party. 30 to 40 people had been standing on it. University of Virginia, 1997 graduation. A balcony collapses with onlookers milling underneath.
The balcony came down and clunked me in the head.
A similar scene in Arlington the summer of '97. Too many folks on an unstable second floor deck.
The key thing in deck failures is almost always the attachment to the house. I've never seen a deck failure that was not the attachment to the house.
The combination of a poorly attached deck and a crowd is often behind such accidents. If you're building a deck, have the design approved by an engineer. Make sure he or she is a state-registered professional engineer. An existing deck should be tightly secured to your home, and keep an eye out for sagging, shaking, or termite damage. Use your common sense. If you suspect a problem, declare the deck off limits to friends and family and call a pro. I'm consumer reporter Jan Fox, and that's what 9 wants you to know.
Also, have your deck inspected regularly just to make sure that it's safe for your family and for your friends. JC?
Well, from deck safety to pool safety, we have a reminder to parents this evening: never let your guard down when youngsters are near the water. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention says a swimming pool is the greatest water recreational hazard for a child under the age of 5. Experts recommend backyard pools be surrounded by isolation fencing and that pool owners know CPR.
Still ahead on 9 Eyewitness News. Sports, anyone?
This is Ken Meese. International baseball in town on the 4th, a real World Series, a silent World Series. Next on Eyewitness Sports.
In the market for beautiful furniture, for furniture you really want, log on to WUSATV9.com and click on Marlowe Furniture. Print out a coupon and go shopping today.
Yesterday, you could get a pretty attractive door at an ordinary home improvement center, or a kind of tough one. Even a sort of energy-efficient one. Today, there's Lowe's, the only place you'll find Reliabuilt doors. With Reliabuilt, you can pick from hundreds of styles and get an energy-efficient door with a 25-year warranty and our guaranteed low price. This is one perfect door. Reliabuilt doors, only at Lowe's, improving home improvement. Come join the grand opening celebration of the new Lowe's in St. Mary's.
Nice lunch, Ed?
I have been to the Edge and back.
Okay.
The Edge Pizza is back.
Friends, civil servants, lend me your ears. The Edge is toppings. And then more toppings. On top of toppings. On top of other toppings.
Peppers or neighbors to the sausage or neighbors to the onions.
No outer crust. With no outer crust.
It's a crust-free zone.
Let go of your crust, my friend.
Choose the works recipe or create your own. But hurry, the Edge won't be around long.
Go to the Edge!
The Edge Pizza from Pizza. Another one of the best pizzas under one roof.
It's a rare occurrence you won't want to miss because it won't pass this way again. The Chrysler 2000 Summer Clearance. Now get the biggest cash allowances of the year. $2,000 on Chrysler Town & Country. And on select new Chrysler cars, get up to $1,500 cash allowance or less than 1% financing. Just 0.9. The Chrysler 2000 Summer Clearance. You've never seen a clearance like this before. And after July 31st, you won't see one like it again.
Back now on Eyewitness News, the stage has been set for a sister showdown on the tennis court. At Wimbledon, both Venus and Serena Williams won 4th of July matches today, setting up the historic sisters semifinal at this tournament. Is that happy or is that happy? 18-year-old Serena beat Lisa Raymond in only 41 minutes. She then raced to another court to watch her 20-year-old sister Venus win over top-seeded Martina Hingis. Serena and Venus will now face off on the court this Thursday in the first Grand Slam semifinal between sisters. Dad's happy too.
Dad's real happy.
And they are also a doubles team, and will play Martina Navratilova and Marianne Schwartz in the quarterfinals of women's doubles. The Williams sisters are going to be cashing big again.
Big excitement.
What is more American, though, than baseball and apple pie?
That's
not necessarily in that order.
Okay.
Major League Baseball, you know, takes teams from New York and Atlanta or Baltimore and Pittsburgh, puts them against each other, passes it off as a World Series. Well, we present to you a true World Series. Teams from the U.S., Venezuela, Japan, Cuba, and Canada are meeting here through Friday. brought together by the USA Deaf Sports Federation. The 4th of July doesn't get much better than this. Baseball, hamburgers, hot dogs, smiling babies, and a tub of ice-cold drinks. But this isn't a normal baseball tournament, and the players are not all Americans. It's the first Deaf World Series, where the common language is baseball.
Deaf culture cherishes a lot of things. Japan's team came here, and they have their own culture. The Cubans have their own culture, and we come together. Venezuela has its own culture. Canada has its own culture, and we share those cultures together, working together. It's been really great. Deaf people don't usually have the opportunity to participate on this level compared to hearing people. This has been a great opportunity for all of us and a great experience.
The sport of baseball is primarily visual, except for things like calling out for a pop-up. There's little difference in this version of the game.
Difference is it's hard to communicate because you can't talk. And hearing guys, you could talk. And deaf, you only can sign. I mean, that's the only difference that I see. You got to use your eye. That's how we communicate. Use your eyes, use your hands, everything. And it's very hard. We have to take our hearing aids off. That's the rule.
And yes, a deaf manager is still quite capable of being ejected.
I've been thrown out of the game once for saying a bad word. Same as hearing people. I do say bad words a few times, but I use them only for special occasions when I know they're necessary.
Kennedy High's Curtis Pride is hearing impaired, plays in the major leagues. All 5 teams will enjoy a barbecue tonight, then on to the mall for the fireworks. The tournament moves to Joe Cannon Stadium in Hanover, Maryland tomorrow for games at 9, noon, 3, and 6. 3 more games on Thursday starting at 9.